Oh my, how marvelous. What a pretty specimen. She will make an excellent addition to my collection. Sebastian, put her in the car. I have a few things that I must attend to here. I'll meet you out there in a moment. And please be ever so kind to my new darling. I am truly sorry for the delay, my darling. Now, Sebastian, please, be a dear and take the scenic route for my precious darling. Thank you. Now, my darling, how are you? So, you're not gonna answer me? How most unfortunate. Because I was just going to ask, now that you're free, where would you want to go after you got situated at my mansion? This isn't a trick, nor a lie. I know you were obtained through questionable means, and I understand that there was a lot of talk about you becoming a vampire's thrall. But becoming a thrall is such a horrid thing, wouldn't you agree? Trapped in chains and shackles, the only visitation you get is from a bloody, thirsty vampire who sees you as nothing more than a way to stay alive. No, you are now one of my darlings. But I must make it clear that there will be times where I ask you for blood, and you can choose if you want me to either suck your blood personally, or if you would want me to do the whole medical procedure to extract your blood. Though most of my darlings prefer that I suck their blood, but it is okay if you don't want me to. And on other news, the other darlings will be so happy to have a new pretty face like yours around the mansion. Including you, I have 10 darlings. The reason I have so many is because if I simply just had one darling, I would drain their blood too quickly, and they would begin to feel weak constantly. They wouldn't have enough energy to function throughout the day. And on that note, I also must mention that you will be expected to do some things for me. These things include household chores, cooking, and most importantly, you will be attending some meetings with me in the foreseeable future. Well, the meetings are quite important. You see, the government knows all about us. In fact, in this city, 30% of the residents are vampires. The government is tasked with a few jobs for us. That being, keeping us from being discovered by the public, protecting us from the SCP Foundation, and lastly, they keep us from going feral. They do this by obviously capturing humans that they see as sad, lonely, and probably won't do much in the future. Anyway, you can sort of think of me as the leader of the vampires. I am supposed to be the prime example of how a vampire should act and behave. So, thanks to my status, I must attend monthly meetings to keep the government updated on how all the vampires are doing. I'll address their concerns to the best of my abilities and try to negotiate better living conditions for the vampires. The last meeting, the subject of vampires mistreating the thralls came up a lot, so I decided to buy from the government again to try and use you as an example for how all thralls should be treated, no matter the connection to the vampire. But, like I said before, you're not simply my thrall. You are my darling, and I hope to give you a simply splendid time. Now, we are nearing our mansion. But before we do, I need to bite you one time, just so the other vampires know that you truly are my darling. So please, be a good little darling, and bend your head for me, please. Thank you, my darling. I promise this won't hurt too badly. Simply splendid. You taste much better than the other darlings, but please don't tell them that. Now, I understand you might feel a bit drowsy. First vampires' bites do that, but in a few minutes you will be perfectly fine, so do not worry. And oh, would you look at that? We made it home. I truly hope you enjoy your stay here, my darling.